Doing a great job of using an orb that I don't commonly use, which was of course Inferno Orb last run. I really wanted to do a draft this run, and ironically enough, one of the orbs that I ended up with in my deck sure should be pretty fun. So a good slime going to be very useless this run. Well, for the most part, it technically could be useful, which you'll see in a second. I think I'll take the Adventure Run. I have some very good orbs in my deck. This is actually a pretty good draft run. I'd say that so first of all, let's assemble the elephant. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I have an assemble, so I'm actually allowed to pick up other assemble pieces, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever done a draft with an assemble before. But either way, it certainly should be able to do some cool things. I have good AoE in the form of the collateral damage, which I'll be shooting from time to time. My mouse doesn't die. Okay, well, see how it is. I'll close. The Inferno should be very, very good. Oh wow, that shot was... Okay, yeah, no, the Inferno is just going to be doing amazing, amazing work, apparently. Sure, double store. I'm happy to bypass the early... This is fun. I'm happy to bypass the early upgrading that I would normally be doing, just to try and... Well, I'm not allowed to actually do that. Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that. And also, I don't want to, because I'm playing Memento. Bypass the early upgrading that I would normally be doing to try and afford the double store later on. It's actually quite a good passive, especially with the collateral damage and Infernal. It's going to be a very interesting run though. I do have two orbs in my deck which like dealing damage to myself, which is definitely like not ideal. That really did not achieve what I wanted it to achieve. Wow, that's unfortunate. Well, yeah, really, really unfortunate. And my mouse is going to be very annoying, I think. Finish that fight up. It's very tempting to get upgrades on my deck, but I'll pass. I shouldn't need them for the boss fight, to be fair. I feel like I have good matches into so many fights. This one, I don't know about. It's a tough call. All I know is that making good use of this refresh is very important, so missing it is extremely, extremely bad. Start off with a dupe though, I guess. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy. Yep, this activate orb really just saved us, didn't it? Look, I don't like taking the one hit here, but I'm happy it was only one. Honestly though, I'm just pretty happy I didn't take more than one hit in that fight, because like, only taking one hit is like, exactly what you're looking for from the Minotaur. More than that, and you're gonna need a press to heal button. Let's get some amazing damage here. Damn. I mean, that was still pretty good. Pretty good indeed. It's a good section to be upgrading, that's for sure. Right. I mean, look. The Infernal has actually been putting in pretty good work for the past two runs. I'm quite pleased with it. And the refresh to finish things off. Well, there's always a next time. Oops. I'm planning on killing him afterwards. Just so I could claim the Rainbow Slime kill. Wait, that was a random boss fight. Nice. I always love random boss fights. Bag of Orange Pegs, Counterfeit Crits. Both are cool, but I think I'll take a Bag of Orange Peg. It's just like so nice. Absolutely not. I did do that, however, I will just shoot the egg immediately. Or am I still obeying the rules if I never shoot the egg? No, I'll just shoot the egg immediately. This is a great roll to be getting immediately. Like, the +3 change to the Assemball was actually pretty massive. +2 to +3 is a pretty massive deal, as it turns out. Damage, baby. Exactly what I was hoping for. might not be the most ideal. Now I do this. Oh yeah. That was an insane shot. Really, really good stuff. Screw it. I think it's better this way. Yep, good stuff. Alright, let's... I'm still going to the double sword. Intentional Oboe is such a nice pass, I'm just going to take it. Look, if I've got a collateral damage and an Infernal in my deck, Intentional Oboe is just a great way to mitigate that health loss. Assemble piece. I actually got one. Nice. I like a lot of this stuff. I also don't care about the remove, actually. And 2 passives in the next one is definitely fine for me. Should be good. Yeah, now that Intentional Oboe is going to help out so much. Let's try and claim this. Damn. Oh well. At least I'm really not losing that much health, eh? Basically just the one hit. If only I had a navigation inflation though. Because damn would I be able to greed. That would have been a lot of gold, that's for sure. Oh my god, I actually got another one. It's actually a really good piece as well. I've been quite lucky. I like the subtraction reaction too. Oh. Okay, I think this is my first draft run with the Assemball, but it has been going quite well. Makes me look forward to the next one, doesn't it? I already have the achievement, so I don't need to worry about that. Something like this. Oh, there was a refresh there, I see. I kind of wasn't paying attention and didn't see the refresh. Oh, it's 2 damage on it. Certainly not much. Oh, this is just a full damage Assemball, nice. It's definitely pretty good here, huh? Tender Cactus. Doesn't that just work out really well here? I like it a lot. Especially with the Assemball, right? It's really good with the Assemball, to be honest. Now, oh man, this should be fun. I kind of want to go right here. Yeah, I want to go right here. This is not going to work, is it? Not bad. Hitting the upgraded pegs is actually really nice instant damage. Alright, perfect. I wish I could add that Summoning Circle to my deck. Unfortunately, I'm not actually allowed to. Damn, it would be amazing here. It's so good with like Tender Cactus. Well, obviously. It's so good with like anything. I lost health. Unfortunate. Bang, followed by... So you just take 13 damage for the first hit. I think that's it. Not fully sure though. Ah, the flat damage is actually so nice there, isn't it? Cool. I can do some upgrading. So... Oh my god. Here's the unfortunate thing. I think I tried to... 1 in 6. Tried to do it with the 1 in 6 and unfortunately one of those orbs don't actually upgrade. That's actually 1 in 5. Let's see what we get. 3. Duplicate orb. Sure, let's do that. Oh my god. I kind of... Yes, perfect. Exactly. Exactly. Here's the thing, I don't lose much to the post-combat navigation. Oh, I turned down a super boost, didn't I? It's unfortunate. Such a nice passive to have access to. I really wish the targeting was a bit better, eh? Okay. Relatively simple. Alright, nice. And now you hit the refresh just to... Damn it. Really wanted the refresh hit because I really doubt that that is going to do it by itself, but it actually did, shockingly enough. Let's grab another upgrade. This time it's 1 Infernal. Oh, I like it. 1-2 upgrades are certainly nice while they have multiplier. In fact, I have 2 potential multipliers. Well, 2 multipliers. Oh right, we have Tender Cactus for this fight. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really, really fun. Oh, I even have Lightning Orb actually. Yeah, I should just be able to completely zoom through this fight without really having to worry at all, because Tender Cactus means that I basically never take any reflect damage. Pretty much the only damage I'm taking is from myself. Which is pretty funny, but I still want to be using most of the orbs in my deck. Oh wait, that's another place to assemble that I actually don't have. Wow. That is really, really nice to see. Feel free to go through now, thank you. I may not have any healing, but my health is not going down that fast. Honestly, let's just do that. I'm fine with that. And now I target you, and I get a lovely, lovely shot off. 1200 health. How far do we think we can go? Not very far, apparently. I took a hit though, so I don't actually lose that much health at all. Thanks to the power of Intentional Oboe plus Slime. I will be buying a removal. Reuse. Criticrus. Both are good. I think I'll take the reuse here. I just get to use more of the orbs that I have in my deck. It kind of feels like what the deck's meant to be about, doesn't it? Alright, double duplicate orb is honestly something I don't want to consider. So instead I'll shoot a collateral damage. Only 1 though, because that should just close out the fight for me. Nice and simple like that, eh? Oh, it reshuffled, oh my god. So troll. I was initially shooting straight at that refresh, but no, then I got reshuffled. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Duplicate orb. Fine with duplicate orb. I think it's decent, but there are certainly some other orbs that I would have liked to have in my deck instead of duplicate orb. But the change to it was very nice. Hopefully... Oh yeah, no, this should just work out well. Yep, exactly. Exactly, baby. And now for the same reasons, again, I will shoot here. And it didn't work out down. Ever so slightly more was needed. So long. I would really love to get some more ball lightning upgrades. That would be a really, really nice upgrade. And so 3. Nope. Wait, there are only 4 now. Oops. Let's change it. Clearly that wasn't a legitimate roll then. 2. Oh my god, I actually got it. Nice. Good, because the level 3 one is really nice. I should have looked at my navigation, eh? Slight mistake on my part, but maybe having the access to the health actually is useful for the boss fight. Those are some good pieces. I'm very happy to pick up all of this stuff. Basic blade, what do I think about that? It's fine, it's not bad. But you know, my reloads are now super good. I can discard actively, like... I'm happy with what I got there. It was a really good store. This map, less so. Oof, but it was over really fast. That much for sure. 2 again. Collateral. I think I'm gonna press the heal one once as well. Just slightly scared. I know that I have a lot of anti-health loss. But when you're saddled with no healing, it does make you a bit scared. But then you get shots like this first shot, which show that you have nothing to be afraid of, right? It really shows you that you had nothing to be afraid of in the first place. He's basically at half health. That's just because I instantly hit a crit, which is a lot of extra damage. This shot should still be pretty good though, despite no crit. I plan on doing another upgrade. Excellent shot there. Now we do one on this side. Oh, I messed up the shot, damn. I was trying to get stuck in there. I actually pulled it off before, and it was amazing when I pulled it off. Alas, I did not get it that time. But yeah, no, we just get to finish out the fight now. That's fun. If you'd be so kind as to collect me a tiny bit more gold before the fight finishes, that would be nice. Upgrade an orb. I have 4 orbs to upgrade, so let's upgrade orb number 3. Multiple lightning, nice. That really is the one that I wanted. So I think upgrading actually works with Tentacactus now, and I do kind of want to try it. But I'm not exactly going to turn down a Machuska Shell. Obviously, I can't take Hagon Satchel. Sapper Sack. What if I just commit to the collateral damage bit? Honestly, that sounds very funny. If I had a healing, I would love to do so. You know what? It's so funny though, isn't it? I really should take the Machuska Shell, but I think Sapper Sack's way funnier here. I'm fully playing into the fact that I have a collateral damage in my deck, and I actually got the one boss where you actually do want it against. I am going to regret this very fast though. Very, very fast. There's just so much self-damage on the fights now that it's very scary. 1 in 3. 3, good, because look at this, plus 90 flat damage per red Sapper on the bomb. That is a lot of extra damage, and it doesn't matter that much, actually. Alright, 1 and 2. This Shuffle Orb has just been ignored the entire time. 1, there we go. We get a Shuffle Orb upgrade. Lucky us. Shuffle Orb is very decent, honestly. I'm always happy to get a Shuffle Orb just because it's got very decent base damage, and as always, I'm going to remove this mirror from my deck. As always, you can find the combo with it, and it can be pretty amazing. But I can't navigate here, apparently. Yeah, I can't. Oops. Special button, not bad. Oh, I don't get a store. It's disappointing. Yeah, I purposely did that just so I could get a store. And it looks like it wanted me to get a store. It must be fate. A shot like this, I believe. Yeah, I was definitely meant to take Machuska Shell. It is, like, blindingly obvious that I was. But I'm not going to let this bomb baton go to waste. I'm going to let this bomb baton go to waste. Alright, lovely shot. Though with the Sapper dealing that much damage, maybe I shouldn't have aimed there, right? I really do need some more health recovery, though. Also, get this mirror out of my deck. I need the AoE piece. Which is funny, because that's definitely the piece you want for squares as well. Whereas you don't really need it as much for the other bosses. It's still exceptionally nice to have for the Hack on King, though. Alright, I believe that these guys should just fold over. This is my domain. You're not welcome here. I'm going to limit the self-damage I take ever so slightly. It's already sky high after all. I need to further improve it. I'm fine to go either way there. I don't know. I'll probably go right. Alright, what do we get? The passives are actually insane, honestly. Healing? More refreshes, more max health, and more damage, which is of course scaling again off of our Tentacactus. It's kind of exactly what we're looking for. Decoy Orb should be completely useless. But wow, that's always actually super nice. Let's just do a shot like this. We have Tentacactus, I don't imagine that this fight should be particularly long. Particularly hard. There we go. Pop that fight up in a second. Now let's... 1 and 2. 1. That is a lot of damage. This Infernal is pretty damn stacked, you gotta admit. I find it funny that I'm not like the biggest Infernal enjoyer, but that's 2 runs back to back now where I've just gotten pretty decent use out of the Infernal. I definitely like having it in this deck. How good is it exactly? I'm not fully sure. And now we do that, and I'll do this. Safety Net, Smoke Mod. We'll take a Safety Net. I love the instant damage it provides. It's really nice. Oh, lovely. I always love random elites. Honestly, this shot should also just be pretty nuts, shouldn't it? Oh, That kind of pretty nuts. Nice. I would love to have another colorable damage in my deck, to be honest. But I shan't. Oh, yep, that popping con is going to put in good work. Put in very, very good work. It's kind of like exactly the healing that I've been talking about wanting for a while. Although, to be honest, I was kind of fine with what I had. Once I hit the word on stake, I was just like pretty happy. Didn't really feel like I needed much more. Let us shoot like there. That way it should just bounce down into that refresh there. Perfect. Alright, surely this is where we find the final piece of the assemble. So we all know that the next fight's not actually a fight. Unfortunate, but just you wait. It turns out that the next fight actually had the final piece of the assemble all the time. Oh, it did not. Well, there's only one way to go out with this run, right? It's such a bad idea, but let's just roll with it. I don't need the spin vent originality benefits, they're just extremely, extremely nice. And it is also mildly unfortunate that I messed up that first shot big time. Wow, I messed it up so badly. But it is also just mildly unfortunate that, like, I'm not really going to be using the orbs to finish up this final fight, am I? I believe that my boss passes are going to do that for me. Indeed they will. Yeah. Cool. Oh my god, I just tanked that Sapasac there. I mean, that's exactly the reason why I picked it up. First of all, it's absolutely hilarious with my collateral damage. But second of all, I just like take kind of no damage from them and it obliterates enemies. And with this deck, I kind of really lack the tools to actually destroy enemies efficiently. Like, sure, if I found the AoE part of the assembly, it would have been really quite good. But apart from that, I was basically just relying on collateral damage or just getting through the enemies with Tender Cactus. Which, it is Tender Cactus. It could very easily just melt through the enemies, but it was something that I was mildly concerned about, and yeah, it definitely fulfilled a good slot. Yep, Reorganizer. I always liked Reorganizer, it just had good damage. Inferno is the other common one. It really wasn't anywhere near as bad as I was expecting. Like, again, it just proved to be quite good. And yeah, because the second you can start ignoring the deals 2 self damage when attacking, which in both runs I was basically treating it as a deals 1 self damage when attacking, um, suddenly it's just a decent enough orb. Like, it's really, really not bad. Next we had Ball Lightning, I believe is a. Wait, what was our. Was it Duplicator? I don't actually know. No, it was collateral damage. Okay. So then we had Ball Lightning, Duplicator, and the Assemble for uncommons. Ball Lightning is, of course, absolutely incredible. Like, it's so good to pick up on Spinventer. And it's also amazing to pick up on the other classes, but Spinventer originality on Ball Lightning in particular is just incredible. And, unfortunately, towards the end of the run, I decided to dupe my entire deck because I feel like that's much more fitting than just duping one random orb, so that one orb is instead breaking the rule set. That way, it's every single orb because I didn't really have much of a choice there. It was a very, I was ambushed at the end there, it was very rude. The duplicate orb was pretty mediocre, to be honest. I do like, it's funny, I like duplicate orb a lot, but it doesn't really achieve much, and I don't like Infernal that much, but it achieves quite a bit. I should probably swap how I view them around, but one of them deals self damage to one of them doesn't, and one of them's a multiple and one of them isn't, so I feel like it's a pretty understandable expectation that I have set. The assemble was so fun. I managed to find so many pieces so quickly, and it is a shame that I couldn't finish it off, but it still did amazingly. And of course, collateral damage. I think it's actually a really good order that you should be picking up a lot of the time when you can. Unfortunately, that's where the trickiness comes in, because it's when you can pick it up, try and pick it up. Unfortunately, just most of the time, it's just not ideal to pick it up because you can't really afford to be damaging yourself that much, especially in higher cruci levels. Enemies are just going to be absolutely melting into you. So even if you are using it to kill the enemies, a lot of the time you are just using it to kill yourself, and that's how you will die. But yeah, no, the Sap Attack actually did end up working very well. It's not surprising when you consider the damage mitigation tools that I had because they were pretty robust, very nice. Um, but like anytime you can remove the downside of Sabusak, it ends up just being really, really solid. I mean, like it literally fully solved that squares fight, didn't it?